Hello and welcome to Warcraft Daily for today, the 23rd of May 2013. In today's news we have 5.4 balance changes, random battleground healer balancing issues, 5.3 hotfixes, and blue posts. So first of all we have the Vengeance change. Now they're saying they're actually going to cap Vengeance at 30% for 10-mans and 50% of 25s. This is overall a bid to decrease tank damage as it is actually getting pretty damn high. The damage is too damn high. And perhaps they want to de-incentivize standing in the fire and taking damage because that's what increases Vengeance. They're also thinking of making some mechanics, like standing in the fire, not give Vengeance stacks. So I think these are overall very good changes, makes sense. Tank damage will still be higher than pre-Vengeance, so it pretty much seems like a win-win in terms of like game balancing, that kind of thing. Now there's been a bug with the queuing system for Battlegrounds. It used to be they would prioritize healers, try to get an even amount of healers in each team. Apparently there's a bug with this, and it's actually resulting in people, both DPS and healers, getting stuck in the queue. So this has been taken offline. Of course you can still go for your Battlegrounds and stuff, but you obviously won't be able to benefit from this new change. Which kind of sucks, but hopefully that'll be fixed pretty damn soon. I hope so anyway, because it's actually one of the features I really liked about patch 5.3. Now there's also been a whole bunch of patch 5.3 hotfixes. There's some class ones, but you know, I'll let you guys read them for yourself. So yes, the hotfixes are players that die near the Seat of Knowledge are given a spectral griffin so they can get back to their body. For quests, as the enemy at the gate quest, there's an issue where players couldn't mount the war serpents. This has again been fixed. For pet battles, the fabled Pandaren pet supplies will now always give you a lesser treat. For scenarios, Secrets of Ragefire has been fixed, so it doesn't reset to stage 3, which sounds pretty infuriating. For items, the Spirit of Conquest and Bloody Dancing Steel enchantments are now soulbound. And in Battlefield Barons, there's a really awesome change. The commanders are now a non-faction multi-tap, so any player who attacks them gets kill credit. That's really awesome, so hurrah for that. For blue posts, there's been quite a few of these, and sort of relatively interesting. So they've talked a lot about talents and how they're happy with the way that at the minute players have lots of meaningful choices, and it's sort of easy to get it. It's not easy to get it wrong. Technically there is of course less customization than the old system, but the problem with the old system was players who didn't read sight, stuff like that, would completely gimp themselves out of, you know, it was ridiculous. You had players going around doing extremely silly things with their builds, so now people can't gimp themselves. It's perhaps a little bit less customizable, but they feel it's a system that they can work around better, tweak better, and yeah, they definitely seem to be pretty firmly behind it. And also they had some talk on the Conquest point catch-up. This is actually quite interesting to me. Essentially, they implemented a thing where your Conquest cap, your weekly cap, would be raised, so you'd be able to catch up with other people who've been playing for all of the season. The current formula, and this is just a clarification because it actually had changed from the initial post they made, is that the cap equals the weeks in the season times 1,000 minus the number of conquests you've already earned. So that provides a really good way for players to get into PvP, and if they want, just grind the shit out of stuff. I mean, you know, realistically you could head into an arena and do ridiculous amounts, you know, in like a boost or something like that. Not that I recommend doing that, it's probably not fun, but you could do it, so that's nice. And as a clarification, it's like if you dinged 90 today, you'd still have the full cap of like 10,000 or whatever. That's just the way the system works. Now for tweets, these are relatively interesting, also sort of short, snappy, pretty good. So, here they are. They've said that they're happy with the Mists of Pandaria flying solution. That's having it ground mounts only until you hit 90, then at 90 having just normal, you know, regular flying about the place, with a few zones like Isle of Thunder being ground mounts only. They've said they might add a Looking for Dungeon style bag to LFR to incentivize needed roles, so that's like if you queue as a healer, you get a little goodie bag at the end to, I don't know, pat you in the back or something. Essentially, it's trying to get more healers in, which is really what decreases the queue for everyone. They've also said that they are not going to change the current talent model, or at least they don't think they will, and that they're only going to iterate, which I think is good. They should stick with the system. It looks like something that can be worked with. It's got pretty good scope, so I think that's, yeah, good decision. We've also had multiple tweets affirming their decision to go sans 5-mans. And people were saying, look at ICC, which is a fantastic tier, I think, in terms of the amount of content they were able to produce. They've said the only reason they were actually able to do this is because the previous patch, I think Trial of the Crusader, or maybe that was just the name of the raid, was really kind of lackluster. It was one raid with 5 bosses and one 5-man dungeon. It wasn't that massive, and I think a lot of people didn't like it. That's certainly what Blizzard seems to think. And to be honest, it makes sense. Hopefully they'll get to the stage where they can do at least 1 or 2 5-mans with every raid patch. That would be nice. And finally, there's some talk on the item level squish. This is a proposed plan where they would sort of squish down all the item levels to make it less ridiculous. It's getting a little bit crazy, like our numbers are just massive. And they said this could happen every 2 to 3 expansion packs, and they specifically said that it would not affect soloing, so hopefully you'll still be able to go back to BC and be able to solo stuff pretty easily. So that's it for today's show. Thanks for watching. It's been a little bit quick, but it's late. I need to get the show out and I have stuff to do. So yes, thanks for watching. Please like if you like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you next time. Bye.